journeys are funny things. When we first received this assignment on um, the Oxford Library, that's like candy to a child. Like, what in the world am I going to choose? I had the hardest time at first. But then ran across this book here, which is Mary Kelty's The Beginnings of the American People and Nation. In this book, Kelty claimed essentially that Marco Polo was one of the first fathers of the United States. Interesting claim. I read her story that she had in here, and then read Marco Polo's travels, which was edited by Ernest Reese. Really good copy of the book. And then went over to the Oxford Library to look a little bit deeper. Interestingly, scholars, ever since Marco Polo wrote his memoirs from prison and afterward, have looked into his fantastical seeming claims at the time and afterward, and have tried to track who the rulers were that he was talking to, who were the other people involved, the people starting these wars, the different countries and the different places where he was. Marco Polo's travels awakened so many things. The articles and books that I looked at over at Oxford, Chang Na's Kublai Khan in the Eyes of Marco Polo from 2017, Michael Murren's Trade and Romance from 2013, Benjamin Olshan's The Mysteries of the Marco Polo Maps from 2014. We'll start with that. Marco Polo's maps were done by his daughters. He had a very close relationship to his daughters, just as he had had a very close relationship to his father and his uncle. And this is a fact that Olshan was kind of astonished that there hadn't been much scholarship on. And so he goes into looking at Polo's relationship with his daughters, which was really touching and fascinating at the same time. The Murren book, the Trade and Romance, pointed out and showed how things in Europe had rather stagnated at the time of Marco Polo. But his stories brought revitalization to the literature of the time. His locations, these mysterious locations, stopped the stagnation. People following up on this exploration sparked an entire renaissance, really, of literature and trade. It showed these lovely Venetians and people all over the world, which these books were translated into so many languages right away. They just hit the world like wildfire. And they were quite fascinating to read. Everyone has heard of Marco Polo, even if they don't know who he is. You've heard the name certainly at the local swimming hole or the swimming pool. But he's so much more than that. The article, Kublai Khan in the Eyes of Marco Polo, explores the different things that he saw, and the accuracy that has been shown over time of these things, this beautiful history of the Far East that was preserved, of their customs, their traditions, and things. So inadvertently, Polo was also a historian. Anyways, I hope that you guys can take a few minutes out of your very busy lives and take a closer look at Marco Polo. It's totally worth it. Happy journeying. God bless.